Here's my audience member. All right. Okay. I know everybody's heard the famous line, "You are what you eat." And to be honest, it's true. Today, I will persuade you all to consider to eat organic foods. Ever since I was a young boy, all I've ate was junk food. I ate whatever was put in front of me. And ever since I switched over to organic foods, I've always felt better. First, I will talk about the health hazards and problems that can occur if you're not careful with processed foods. Second, I will talk about the benefits you can get from eating organic foods. And third, and last, I will explain how ending your consumption of processed meat will help improve your life in the long run. So, let me start off by informing you all about the hazards processed foods have on your life. So, according to the article, Organic versus Conventional Food, or Comparison Regarding Food Safety, published by the Food Reviews International, studies comparing levels of pesticides in organic and conventional produce generally report a lower contamination in organic food. Also from the article, in Crete, organically and conventionally grown olives were compared regarding pesticide concentrations, and although both had contamination levels both below the MRLs set by Codex Alimentarius, I don't know how to say the word, conventional olives had higher pesticide levels. So, also in the article, human health implications of organic food and organic agriculture, a comprehensive review, it says, in our organic culture, the use of pesticides is restricted while residues in conventional fruits and vegetables constitute the main source of human pesticide exposures. So basically, think about it. When you think about how processed foods are made, or just food that is not made organically, it's really bad. Honestly, it's actually really bad for you, because honestly, when you think about organic food and how it's made, yes, there are pesticides. There's like a real small trace of pesticides in organic food, but when you have processed foods and conventional food, those have higher traces of pesticides and stuff like that, and that goes into the food. That's basically saying all the chemicals they use to kill all the bugs on the farm and all that stuff is going right into your body, and it goes in there without sometimes you even noticing. So, pesticides can cause short-term adverse health effects called acute effects, as well as chronic adverse effects that can occur for months or years after exposure. So, you would have effects for months or years after eating food that contains pesticides. Can you imagine? Okay, examples of acute health effects include stinging eyes, rashes, blisters, blindness, nausea, dizziness, diarrhea, and death. Examples of known chronic effects are cancers, birth defects, reproductive harm, immunotoxicity, neurological, and developmental toxicity, and the disruption of the endocrine system. So imagine all of these effects that happen to your body, that happen to you, and they will last for about a year or two before they go away. And that's off of you eating probably one thing that contains pesticides, let alone a whole bunch of stuff that you eat throughout your life that contains pesticides. Think about it. So, infants and young children are known to be more susceptible than adults to effects of pesticides. So think about it. Your kids eat conventional food, and not knowing that children even have a higher risk of getting hurt and affected by pesticides. So you should probably start giving your children fresh food, organic food, food that has been organically made, that has no pesticides, no anything, just organic food. So I just talked about the health hazards of conventional food. Now let's talk about the benefits you can receive from organic food. So studies have shown that there are literally benefits from eating purely organic food. Studies have shown that small to moderate increases in some nutrients in organic produce. The best evidence of significant increase is the certain types of flavonoids, which have antioxidant properties. So there are no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives that are allowed in organic food. Cleaner food means cleaner diets, which also means a cleaner bill of health. The feeding requirements for organic livestock farming, such as the primary use of grass and alfalfa for cattle, result in generally higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, a kind of fat that is more heart healthy for other fats. These higher omega-3 fatty acids are found in organic meats, dairy, and eggs. Organic food contains more vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and micronutrients than a conventionally raised food. So think about it. If you go to a farm and they are feeding cows pills and different type of pills to get fleas off of them, and different insects to get out their body, like worms and stuff like that, when they end up killing that precious cow, they're gonna cut him up, and that stuff that he consumed, all those ingredients, and that's not ingredients, but the bad pills and all the stuff they gave him will be going into the meat that you ate from the cow. So you'll be basically eating whatever the cow ate. So wouldn't you rather have a cow that ate just straight grass from the ground instead of eating processed food that they give the cow so they can get fat? I'd rather do the grass. It's healthy and organic. All he's eating is from the ground. So now that I just talked about the benefits of organic food, let's talk about how ending your consumption of processed meat can improve your life in the long run. Ending your consumption of processed meat will literally change your life. Processed meat has consistently been linked with harmful effects on health, such as chronic diseases, and these include high blood pressure, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, bowel and stomach cancer. Processed meat that is fried, grilled, may contain relatively high levels of nitrosamines. Studies suggest that these compounds may increase the risk of cancer in the stomach and the bowel. So to make it make sense is that the more you eat all these processed meats that you eat, and you go to the store and you buy a meat in a bag, you buy chicken in a bag, all those meats that you don't know where they've come from, you just don't know. You don't know where they come from. You just go to the store and buy meat like it's just an everyday thing. And the thing is that in those certain meats that you're literally adding on to the risk of getting diseases, cancers, and stuff like that just from eating those meats alone. So put that into mind next time you go buy some meat. So in conclusion, to summarize my speech, first, I explained the health hazards of being careless with processed foods. Secondly, I explained the benefits from eating organic food. And lastly, I explained the benefits from any consumption of processed meat and how it improve your life in the long run. So I would advise you to think about what you put in your body and how everything you give it can either help it or harm it. So let's do better and challenge each other and everybody around you to eat better, live better, and to make better choices. Thank you.